I know it's one of the things you talk about. It's on your shirt: eat well, move well, think well. I mean, that
Right.
may be a little different from stress, but our thoughts and how do those tie into our overall physical health? A lot of people don't see a connection there necessarily.
Yeah, so think well for me is really about it's really about the internal dialogue. It's how we're talk to ourselves and about others and about our world. So thinking well to me is about that emotional stress, because for humans with a cortex, we really, most of our stress is created by our response to a stimulus. It's not just a stimulus. Now, a physical stimulus, we don't have an ability to interpret. So you put your hand on a stove and it's hot and it burns your hand, that's a stressor no matter what. But in terms of our emotional stressors, we have a great deal of there's that stimulus, there's that gap, and in that gap is our interpretation of it based on our belief systems and our internal dialogue, and then we have the hormonal response and the emotion. So we definitely have that gap. But people, everything that we do, neuroplasticity tells us, and epigenetics tells us that anything that we do over and over again, we become good at. So whatever neural pathways we fire, whatever information pathways we're firing in our bodies, whatever hormones or neurological input we're giving to our cells, we will get very good at the patterns that we repeat. When we stimulate a cell, it's going to have an effect on what genes that cell expresses. So we know that anything we practice, we get good at. If you practice negative thoughts about being stressful or anxious thoughts, you'll be very good at being anxious. If you practice thoughts about focusing on solutions instead of problems and being grateful, then you're going to be very good at that. So anything we repeatedly do, we become very efficient at, and we become biased towards that pattern.